Now let's discuss the management of hyperactivity or different approaches which are required to work on hyperactivity. The first thing is to work on arousal. Now arousal is the state of the mind which can be controlled, which is controlled by the vestibular area, and that vestibular area receives the signal from the body, in a linear form, in an angular form. If these signals are not received properly or misinterpreted, then the arousal starts fluctuating in the brain, or brain shows different types of moods, sometimes high arousal, sometimes low arousal. With the sensory integration therapy, arousal comes in an optimum level and automatically hyperactivity also reduces. Next is work on body awareness. A therapist need to understand how a brain is receiving signal from the different body parts, and how appropriate synergies are sent to the body, or how appropriate movement patterns are sent to the body, and its feedback and feed forward mechanism. When brain is receiving less signal from the body, then definitely there is a lag, and brain tries to receive extra signals, and that causes hyperactivity. That is already discussed in the causes of hyperactivity. But over here, a therapist, when he understands the feedback and feed forward mechanism in day-to-day functions or with a particular tastes, then working on appropriate body awareness mechanism definitely reduces hyperactivity. The next approach is working on higher functions. Working on higher functions is helping the child to develop his consciousness, and by developing the consciousness, letting the child understand that what are the components which is affecting his functionality, where the child is losing and why the child is losing, or what are the factors of hyperactivity is not helping the child to function properly. Then automatically the child develops the inner drive to control his inner that body awareness, and definitely with this approach, child in a long run controls his hyperactivity, or a person can control his hyperactivity. This particular thing is used in adult children or in adults also. Next is to work upon superego. The superego is when the persons have needs as per the Freud's psychoanalysis theory. The Freud explained it: id, ego and superego. Id is my basic needs, and how an ego tries to fulfill those needs, and superego is the covering of the ego which controls the ego from fulfilling the needs. So for example, I am hungry, then the ego says, let's have the pizza. But the superego may say, no, you can't eat that pizza even though you are hungry, because that's not yours, that is somebody else's pizza. So that is the superego. Developing that superego in an appropriate way definitely controls the hyperactivity in a long run. And last but not least is very, very important is a parenting. Although I didn't discuss parenting in hyperactivity because it's a very different topic, but in hyperactive child, the parental comments, the parenting creates creates a bigger impact on child's overall behavior. So working on parenting is very, very essential to control the hyperactivity or to eradicate hyperactivity from child's behavior or from child's day-to-day functions is very essential. So that's it about hyperactivity, its management. So I'm Dr. Sumit Shinde. If you have any queries about hyperactivity, you can call us on my personal number. You can call Team CRC's helpline, autism helpline number or ADHD helpline number, and we are there to help you, to guide you with respect to your child's developmental, behavioral and learning issues.